Okay, so briefly, this video is I should give credit to the Flip Normal guys, for I learned most of what I'm showing in this video from them. So this is like a condensed and I want to say more informative, but a more condensed version of what they have. So I just hope you find this informative, and do well to hit that subscribe button if you do. But let's just watch and see. Okay, welcome. All right, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for this video. In today's video, we're going to be going over something very simple, but something that is quite effective, which is creating a custom UI for maximum productivity in ZBrush, and also going over how you can create a custom menu like this that I have right here, where you can have all your important tools for easy access. Okay, so this is something I learned recently and I thought to share it with you guys because I can tell you right now that this will speed up your workflow by a lot. Okay, the one downside to doing this is the fact that as a beginner, you might not know where these things actually are, but I don't see that as much of a downside because some of these things you might not need to know exactly where they are. So before we get started, I'd just like to show you an easy way to know how to find some of these tools. So let's say I want to know how to find the topological. I can just click Control while hovering over it, and it will show button path, brush, auto masking, topological. That's just an easy way to know. So let's go ahead and look for brush, auto masking, topological is right here. Okay. So that's just an easy way to know where these things are in case you get lost somehow. So let's get into the meat of this video, guys. Let's go ahead and see how we can create a custom UI like this one I have here, where my brushes are down here, some useful things here, my custom menu with all the helpful things that we need here. Okay, so first of all, let me go ahead and load up the one that you're probably seeing right now. This is ZBrush 2021, and let's get into this. Okay, so I'm going to open up preferences, going to config and enable customize. Okay, now you can see the UI shifts a bit. So this is what you should have. Now, very simply, if we hold Control Alt, we can select a particular thing in the UI, and you can see we can move this. Okay, and I can decide to put this somewhere else. You see, this is here now. Okay, now if we hold Control Alt, we can select it and drag it into the 3D canvas. That will delete it. Okay, so if you want to delete something, Control Alt and drag this into here. And if you want to add something else, not necessarily only the things that are here, I can go into subtools, and let's say I want duplicate option for easy access. I could just hold Control Alt, drag it, and it will make a copy of this button. You see, if I hover over here, this other side lights up. So you can just hold Control Alt and drag some things that we will need here. Control Alt and drag this out. Control Alt, drag this out. Okay. And the same thing for brushes. We can go here and hold Control Alt and drag this guy here. Go to brush, Control Alt, and just drag out some. Then we can change the brush. So we have this saved. Okay. So that's how you can add brushes down here. And so go ahead and do what you wish with this. But when you're done with customizing your UI and you want this to be saved as your custom UI, so every time you open up ZBrush, you have this saved, go down here to preferences and say store config. I don't think, but click on store config, and anytime you open up ZBrush, this will open up. And if you want to share your UI with anyone, just go ahead and hit save UI, and you can save this UI to somewhere else. You can share that with somebody. And if you are using a UI that you got from somewhere else, just go ahead and click load UI. And I think I have my custom UI somewhere, this guy, and you can see you can load up the UI. But do remember that when you are done, click enable you customize and just deactivate that. Okay, so you have your custom UI all set and ready to go. So I'll just go over one or two things that I see that are important in my UI. So something I learned from the Flip Normal guys. If you don't know them and you're using ZBrush, well, that's sad. But there are some really good tutorials on Flip Normals, so just go ahead and look for that. So symmetry is up here, and that reminds me that we need to go over how to give hotkeys to special functions. Okay, so for symmetry, I have this over here, and the hotkey for mine is Shift X as opposed to the original X that is given. So to change the hotkey of a particular function, we're going to hit Control Alt, and we're just going to click on the function, and it gives you a prompt. Control Alt gives you a prompt to press any key combination to assign blah blah blah. So you go ahead and hit the hotkey you want, and it will assign that hotkey. Okay, so Control Alt and give this a hotkey. And if you already have a hotkey assigned, it will tell you this. If you want to reassign that hotkey, you just go ahead and click OK. I will not do anything to that. So that's how to give hotkeys. So the last thing I said we'll discuss is how to create this custom menu that is down here. Okay, now this is actually very helpful because at some point you can be sculpting and you just need some things here. You just need some things at very close to you. Okay, so I have some special things here, and I'm just going to show you how I created that. So let me go ahead and load the standard UI, and I'm going to open up here, and let me just close the brush option here. So let me go into preferences and enable customize. I think this will only work if you have enable customize on, and custom UI. And we're going to create new menu, and we're going to type in the name of the menu. I named mine my tools. Okay, I think this video is getting a little too long. So my tools, okay, let's look for that here. Has it been created? My tools is over here. So we can just hit Control Alt, not Control Alt actually. We'll dock this menu by selecting it and hitting this white button over here and dragging it. So we dock this over here. Now my tools is actually empty. Okay, so let's go ahead with customize enabled, of course. Let's hold Control Alt and let's drag something into my tools, and you can see this is assigned. Okay, so we can hit Control Alt and select my tools. Let's disable configuration first and hit Control Alt, select my tools, and let's give it a hotkey, and mine is assigned to X. Okay, so now anywhere on the canvas, if I'm sculpting over here and I just need whatever it was that we added, I can just go ahead and hit X, and I can just easily enable that or change. You can add brushes over here. You can add some special functions over there. Okay, so I believe we have covered everything that I wanted to cover. I think this tutorial was relatively long, but I just hope you found it informative somehow. If somehow you did though, do well to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share with somebody else that might know. And you guys should let me know down in the comment section if you would like my custom UI, and I will be sure to share that. But if you actually don't want it, it's not a problem. I don't think I would share it, but if you do ask, I would update the description of this video with my custom UI in that. Okay, let me just give you another look. This is my custom UI right here and my special menu. Okay, I think I'll actually do a screenshot right now of the thumbnail of this video. So let's go ahead and screenshot that. Boom. Okay, all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative. Again, please do well to subscribe and check out some other content on the channel. But that is it for me for now. Have a nice day, ladies, gentlemen.